Buddy, what is going on? Welcome back to yet again a new video. Happy Monday. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. Welcome back to the Bill Seaver channel. This is actually the second upload I've ever done this year on this channel, and I completely apologize. This year, I've been very busy with, with a bunch of different stuff. With school, now I'm transitioning from high school to college. Now I'm working a job, and this year I just haven't really had a lot of time to make content on either the main channel or this one. If you're into sports, you watch this, you watch the main channel, Let's Talk Sports. But if you're into movies, Muppet stuff, you watch this channel. So today, I figured it'd be cool to kind of do like a tier list of all the preschool network shows. Show stuff like PBS Kids. You have Disney, which is what we're doing today, Nick Jr., that kind of stuff. Because for those of you who don't know, I am diagnosed with autism, on the autism spectrum, and I know what you're thinking. What does this have to do with you liking preschool shows? I've always had a soft spot for cartoons and animation, and sometimes I have a little bit of a soft spot for preschool programming. Obviously, these were stuff that I watched when I was like really little, and some of these shows, especially like a lot of the older shows on this list, I probably go back and watch a little bit. But today I decided to do Disney Channel first, and then I'll probably do Nick Jr. next, and then I'll do PBS Kids afterwards. Now, I was not really a huge Disney guy, so a lot of the shows on here I probably have never seen. So keep that in mind. But if a lot of you that were into Disney Junior, let me know if these shows were good or not. I was not really a Disney guy, and a lot of these shows kind of came out like around the time around the time like preschool shows were kind of done for me. And it's really hard to rate these shows considering they're little kid shows, but we'll try our best here. So bear with me. Before we get into ranking the shows, make sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're new here, and comment down below. What was your favorite preschool channel? What was your go-to channel for cartoons and child programming? And so, without said, before I get into ranking again, I'm going to show you guys the tiers. So we have the tier I haven't seen. So these are shows that a lot of the shows on here are probably going to go in this tier. We have the shows, Where's the Remote? So that's probably like bad shows. We have the tolerable shows. We've got the shows that were fine. We have the shows that were good or average. And then, of course, we have the shows that were elite. And there are some shows on here that are kind of elite, I will admit. So let's get into it. We're starting off with one of my favorite shows, Bear in the Big Blue House. That show is elite. Dude, yeah. Okay, so I don't know if this is me or not, but if you're going to notice throughout a lot of these rankings, like, I am a big fan of puppetry. And, of course, like, a lot of the videos on this channel talk about the Muppets. So, of course, I'm a fan of puppets. I enjoyed this show. And, of course, this was a Jim Henson show. This came out in the late 90s, early 2000s. You don't know, like, I've loved this show when it came out, when I was a kid, or when I was a young infant, just a wee little lad. I always enjoyed this show. I remember this show was such a big hit that for a while it took a break doing seasons of the show, and they had like live shows of this, which was actually pretty cool. And I remember, I think my grandparents actually had a VHS of one of the live Bear in the Big Blue House shows. But for those of you who've never seen it, again, it's a puppet show. It came out in the late 90s. Noel McNeil ends up performing Bear. Pretty much Bear, he's kind of like Barney in a way, but he's a lot cooler. He has his house, of course. You got Tutter the mouse, who was my favorite character. You had Ojo the bear, the little teddy bear. You had the lemurs, and then you had Pip and Pop, I think, were the otters. Don't ask me how I remember these characters' names. But pretty much like the concepts were just kind of interesting. Like they were kind of simple. That was the word I was going for. You know, it was just your typical preschool show. Just talk about, you know, different stuff. Like the first few episodes talked about, you know, your house, you know, your home. The second episode of the show was talking about, you know, water. There was an episode. One of the more popular episodes was when Tutter was using the bathroom. You know, it just teaching kids, you know, how to use the bathroom. You know, take a poop, wash your hands, wipe, you know, flush, you know, all that good stuff. The intro to this show is elite. I love the theme song, the goodbye song at the outro. The outro song, like that is the perfect goodbye song from any preschool show. I'm sorry, but that show had the best goodbye song. I mean, characters were elite. The character development on a lot of these characters was just, it was a great show. This show is elite. I remember there was like there were like segments of the episodes where they bring like a shadow. That was probably one of the few things about Bear the Big Blue House I didn't care for, but the rest of it, it was fine. I don't know what this show is, so I'm gonna put it in haven't seen. This show I'm also putting in haven't seen. I have no idea what this show is. Looks like South Park. All right, Doodle Bops. This was tolerable. Doodle Bops is kind of like a kids band. I think that, and it had like 3 people. First up, that is a bunch of freaking makeup there. I remember the show a little bit. It was pretty much like a kids band. You know, it was pretty much like the Wiggles. Are the Wiggles even on here? I remember the Wiggles was on when I was watching Disney. It was called Playhouse Disney at the time. But I remember at one point, Disney Junior was there was a Wiggles show that aired on Disney Junior. I guess it's not on here. That's kind of a problem. But Doodle Bops, it was tolerable. I remember the monkeys a little bit. I'll just put them in fine. I remember I don't remember the names of these 2 monkeys, but I remember, again, when I was watching Disney, like these 2 were kind of like, you know, show, you know, what the next show was, you know, that kind of stuff. Teaching simple concepts, that kind of stuff. I don't remember. Here's a show I know, Little Einsteins. Oh, that show. Boy, oh God, where do I put Little Einsteins? Is it elite? God, hell yeah, it's freaking elite. Fuck yeah, it's elite. You know it's elite. This show was awesome. I mean, come on, who doesn't love Little Einsteins? I remember me and my friends, like, we would like jam to the theme song to Little Einsteins. I remember vividly when I was younger. Like I was at lunch when I was in elementary school. Like the whole lunchroom goes silent, and one of my friends starts singing the Little Einsteins theme song. It was funny, but I haven't seen this show in forever. Obviously, because I'm 18. I don't really watch these shows anymore. I watched Bear the Big Blue House a little bit. I found this show on Disney Plus the other day. Oh, I went bananas. I was home alone. I found this show on Disney Plus. I watched the first 2-3 episodes of it. It was so enjoyable. But Little Einsteins, this show taught music, didn't it? I think it taught music. Like it would talk about especially classic music, like Beethoven, Bach, Mozart, that kind of stuff. And it was enjoyable, I enjoyed it. I don't remember the show too well. I just remember it just being when you think Disney Junior, you probably think one of the first shows you think of is Little Einstein. This show I have not seen. Nope, it's not going on Where's the Remote. I remember the show a little bit. I don't remember what it's called. I think there was an older brother and an older sister. I don't know the name of the show. I think I'm gonna put it in fine. It was fine. Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. This Sadly, this was the show that introduced me to Mickey Mouse. It was fine. The first few episodes were fine, but then I watched like the old Mickey cartoons and it was fine. That's all I'm gonna say. Mickey Mouse Clubhouse was fine. It was fine. This is Emily Young. Haven't seen. All right, I see we're already seeing that problem. You know what? I'm gonna put the rest of the shows on here that I have not seen out of the way. Ottertown, I think this is called. Never seen it. Johnny and Sprites. Never seen it. Though that's a cool purple shirt there. Never seen this show. Bunnytown, I think this is called. Okay, I have seen that show. Have not seen this crocodile show. Z Frank, forget about it. This show I haven't seen. Man, oh man, I promise you the Nick Jr. show is good. The Nick Jr. and PBS Kid tier list will be 10 times better. I promise you. But yeah, we are running into a huge ass problem. A lot of the shows on here I have not seen. We are out of the box. What the hell is out of the box? Okay, there we go. We're good. The next one we got Handy Manny. Handy Manny. This is an underrated show. Talk Kid. It was pretty much like Bob the Builder. It had tools that would talk. I'll put it in good. Handy Manny was good. Like I said before, like he had like tools that would talk. This is pretty much like Disney's version of Bob the Builder. This show was a lot better than Bob the Builder, I think. My Friends Tigger and Pooh. This show, not the best Winnie and the Pooh cartoon. It was tolerable. It's close to fine, but it was tolerable. Next up, we got Bunnytown. Where's the remote? I know I said before I enjoy puppets. This was a puppet show I did not enjoy, and it was just stupid. It was not for me. Let's see. Imagination Movers. Where's the remote? I'm not really a huge fan of like musical shows or like preschool bands or anything. Yeah, not really my cup of tea. Next up, we got Chuggington. This was Disney's version of Thomas and Friends. Now I prefer Thomas over Chuggington. This show came out around the time I was kind of done with Disney Junior. I've seen a few episodes of it, and it's fine. It's just another train show. It did really well when it came to like toy sales. The toys for this show did really well. Next up, we've got Special Agent Ozo. This show came out again around the time I was done with Disney. The show, where's the remote? They never mentioned that that Ozo means bear in Spanish. I'll look it up. I'll look it up right now. Spanish word for bear. La bear. Okay. Ozo, Spanish. Yeah, see, it means bear. They never mentioned that in the show. But basically, this bear, he goes on like special secret missions. Woo! Except for their problems that take like 22 minutes to go to the bathroom, or well, I mean, it takes me. Sometimes I spend like an hour in the bathroom, but it takes like 22 minutes to get dressed, or helping kids with problems like washing their hands or brushing their teeth, that kind of stuff. Yeah, this was around the time like Disney was done for me at this point. Jungle Junction, we're going back. This goes into the haven't seen. It looks fun. It looks fun, but I don't know if I'd watch it. Again, another show I haven't seen. Jake and the Neverland Pirate. This show is good. I enjoy it. The only reason why I enjoy this show is for Captain Hook. Only reason why I like this show. And I swear the mom from Malcolm in the Middle voices one of the characters. Next up, we have Doc McStuffins. This is actually an interesting show. Teaches kid. It's about being a doctor most likely. Basically, Doc McStuffins. She has like the stethoscope. She's able to have she's pretty much like a doctor for toys. It's an interesting concept. I wouldn't put it in elite. I don't think. I'll put it in good. It's not fine. No, it's good. It's good. I won't put it in elite. Like that tier goes for like special shows. We probably won't see an elite show for quite a while. I mean, Bear the Big Blue House and Little Einsteins were literally the only two shows I really gave a shit about, and Handy Manny too. We have Sophia the First. This show is fine. I've never seen it. Again, the show's. I live in a world where a lot of like Disney shows in general were kind of for girls. The show is a little too girly for me. Only reason why I enjoy it, I've seen a handful of episodes of it. I know Ariel Winter, who plays, what's her name, Alex, in Modern Family. She's in this show, and Wayne Brady, who's from Who Wants to Make a Deal. He plays one of the characters in the show. He also plays one of the dads in The Loud House, which is pretty cool. Nina Has to Go. It was tolerable. Just teaches kids about going to the bathroom. Didn't really watch it because, well, that's what Bear in the Big Blue House was for. If I wanted to learn how to go to the bathroom, I wanted to watch a puppet mouse. A puppet mouse going to the bathroom is a lot more funny than a cartoon girl. No offense. Moving on, we've got, I think this is this PJ Masks? My cousin watches it. I have a younger cousin that watches this show. It's actually not that bad. I'll actually put it, I think we got our next elite show, boys. Yeah, we'll put the show, I'll put it in elite. I like it, it's a superhero show. They got villains. They come out at night. They dress up as like pajama, like animals. Like one, it's like a cat. Yeah, you got a gecko, I think, and then you got an owl. Even though the owl looks absolutely nothing like an owl, the only one that really looks like animals are the cat and the gecko. The owl one doesn't look like an owl. But yeah, this show, it's all right. It's good. It's not really a show that I would watch. Again, this show came out when Disney was done for me. We've got, is this Lion Pride? I think the show is called Lion Pride. This show, Elite. I like shows that talk about animals, and I enjoy. And The Lion King is one of my favorite Disney movies. Yeah, I'll put it in Elite. Why not? Next up, we've got Mickey and the Road Racers. Tolerable. Puppy Dog Pals. Haven't seen this show. Running back into this problem. I haven't seen this dinosaur show, though it looks good. Excuse me. Stanley. Haven't seen. This show I have not seen. We're running into this problem. I promise you, Nick Jr. and PBS Kids would be a much, much better show. Or will be a much better video. Okay, we're running into that problem. Alright, so Muppet Babies. I know this is the new show, but the original Muppet Babies was elite. This show, I enjoy the Muppets. I'll put it in fine. It's the new Muppet Babies is okay. But I prefer the 80s. I prefer the 80s cartoon. But I enjoy this movie. Fun fact, the whole point, the reason behind Muppet Babies. So you guys know the scene in Muppets Take Manhattan, where Piggy and Kermit, they're talking about, oh, Kermit, it'd be nice if we knew each other when we were little. That's my Miss Piggy impression. But yeah, there's a scene in Muppets Take Manhattan where they're all babies. You know, Piggy singing, "Gonna Always Love You," and the reason behind that and that scene was the reason why we had Muppet Babies. I know I don't know too much about the news show except for they replaced Skeeter. For those of you who don't know, Skeeter was Scooter's brother or sister in the show. Excuse me. But yeah, they replaced her with like a penguin. Yeah, I haven't seen it. The Koala Brothers, I remember this show. It was tolerable. And then JoJo's Circus. Where's the remote? I don't like clowns. Wasn't my cup of tea. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That was a weak clap. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That does it for the Bill Seaver, Josh Wright, Disney Junior tier list. We had a bunch of shows that were in the haven't seen column. This was actually the first tier list that I found when it came to Disney Junior. But we have the elite shows: Bear in the Big Blue House, Little Einstein, PJ Masks, and I think Lion Pride. I think this is what it's called. And then you have Handy Manny and Good, Jake the Neverland Pirate, and Doc McStuffin. And fine, you have the Monkey Show. I have no idea what this show's called. I'm going to look this up. Disney Junior shows. See what it's called. And then maybe I'll remember. Oh yeah, the Spider-Man show wasn't on there. Wow. But Lion Guard. That's what it was called. Sorry, I kept calling it Lion Pride. Art Attack. How come that show wasn't on here? That show was good. What do you mean? Why wasn't that show on there? That was good. But yeah, where is... Okay. The bite-sized test. That's cute. But yeah, where is that one show? I can't find it. Can I not find it? 2000s. Come on. Let's see if we can figure out what this was. Bear in the Big Blue House. It was 7 foot? Really? Oh, PB and J and Otter. Yeah, that show was like way before my time. See, why wasn't the Wiggles on there? That's an elite show. I mean, I enjoyed the Wiggles. Bunch of Winnie the Pooh. Let's see if we can find Charlie and Lola. Okay, I remember this show a little bit. I remember like there was like an older brother and a little sister. Charlie and Lola. This show's actually gonna move to good because I remember what it was. But yeah, Mickey Mouse. You got Club Chuggington, Sophia the First, and the new Muppet Babies. If this was the old Muppet Babies, it would probably be an elite. Tolerable. You got Doodle Bops, My Friend Tigger and Pooh, Nita Needs to Go, Road Racers, and the Koala Brothers. And then Where's the Remote? Yeah, Bunny Town, Imagination Movers, Special Agent Ojo, and JoJo's Circus. Alright, thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for my Nick Jr. show tier list.